Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see what the energies have going on today, huh? Who are we focused on today? I got Saturn, we got six, and we got Aquarius. We got hope and renewal. We got a change in structure and control. And we have got a rite of passage here. We have something going on around the flight of a female, someone of romantic interest that's causing waves here. Let's see. I'm gonna do a story time today. Got another idea for reading for another channel, but debating on it. I can get past winter where I can breathe, be a lot easier. Alright, what energies do we have going on here? Female energies taking flight. There's change in structure and control. What's going on? Book, the Grimoire. 26, the books. 10 of Diamonds, Secrets, Studies, and Knowledge. Here is a book of all the tales of all the people of the world. Fairy tales have been told person to person, tribe to tribe, and family to family for as long as we can remember. This is a universal teaching method of the world. Read a fairy tale to learn the knowledge of a people. Here you see the quintessential grimoire of a magic worker. Research, secrets, and investigations are a message of this book. When you crack the cover, you will find the treasure of magic and mystery and more. We've chosen to honor the Grimm brothers in our spelling of the Grimoire here. Like they did, you will find that research is called for if this card falls close to your question. There may be secrets yet to be revealed. Symbols flown out of the book can you can symbols flow out of the book, but you can grasp them or will you let them float away? Hidden in these pages is the wisdom you seek, knowledge you yearn for. When the book opens in your spread, know that you may not have all the facts yet, but they are coming to you. Secrets will reveal themselves. Become a student of your own life so you are prepared to receive the information. The book can also indicate material success that comes from acquiring knowledge. Interesting. Interesting. It's a lot about diving into research right now. Ooh, I like that. I literally was thinking while we were starting this how I was thinking I might go back to doing the full moon videos. They're a lot of work though. It's a lot of research to do that whole thing. Like people don't think it is, but it is. When I'm doing my whole monthly moon spiel where I do the astrology for the full moons and the spell for it and all, it's literally notebooks of paper that I'm working down and I have to like consolidate it all down to 2 pages that I can come here and present to y'all. So all right, we could have. All right, here we go. Someone's extremely powerful here. Someone's way more powerful than they're giving themselves credit for. We got, this is a divine healer. This is someone who already has knowledge, ancient knowledge. It's just a matter of finding the right book that's going to trigger you, right? If you're the kind of person that suddenly falls into rabbit holes on random bits of knowledge, like, yeah, especially we get accused of having ADHD a lot and stuff like that. But yeah, you fall into like astrology. Old knowledge tends to catch your attention the most, right? Ancient knowledge on healings and herbs and stuff like that. Ancient knowledge about crystals and things like that, right? There's a lot of focus around health here. And I can tell you now, especially if the star seeds that are returning, or if you've played this game before and you were asleep and you've awoken for this wave, it's hard to be here right now. It is hard for us to be here right now. Why? Because this is the most unhealthiest environment we've ever encountered. And we've gone through some gross shit in past lives. The old past, before plumbing, before all this nice shit we have now, it was disgusting in the past. And it was important. It was like there was all this emphasis on trying to stay healthy. And there was a need to know this knowledge of this herbs and stuff in order to live, to survive, right? But all the food then was healthy. It wasn't processed. It wasn't bullshit, right? There was more of an attachment to nature. It was easier for you to live um, that more naturalistic lifestyle. I sounded fine all morning until I got on here. But yeah, I'm getting the energy. I should have got hot tea this morning. That's what I should have done. Peppermint tea would have fixed this problem. You could struggle with health issues in this life. And it could be a lot just because, and I get the sense of like the Western diet. The Western diet is very dangerous, right? It's also a call for you to return to looking into these methods holistically. Blinded by the pain. Oh, blinded by the pain. Triumph of lies. Again, somebody could be in a lot of pain, and you might have a hard time explaining it. Right? You have a hard time explaining it. You don't like showing it, and I get that a lot of people don't believe that you're in pain. I'm thinking of someone who's definitely dealing with one of those issues that doesn't show, right? It doesn't show. People don't realize how much pain you are actually in on any given moment, right? I get this a lot. Like, I love what we've been talking about it, the kids. Everybody's excited for summer to start. But when I swim funny. And when I walk, I have a bit of a swish in my walk. And people think that I'm strutting, right? That's why you can't read my body language. My body language is all messed up. Why? Because my body's all messed up. Because I have nerve damage. I can't feel half of the nerves in my left arm and my left leg. Like, it's all, pinched off. So I walk a little funny. You know what I'm saying? It's not a swish. It's not a strut. It's a fucking limp. I ain't trying to be a pimp. It's a limp. Right? I do muscle through a lot because that's just, I'm a people pleaser. So, like, even when I'm in pain, I push through. I try not to show that I'm in as much pain as I am. I got in the habit of doing that, especially, like, around my kids. We got river. Speaking of swimming, we got river and movement. Something's coming around the bend here. I also get the importance of movement. There's an importance here too of movement. Like, yeah. Believe me, if I don't get up, if I don't get moving, it is cold and it sucks outside. And I do not want to be out there. But if it is over 30 degrees and the road is clear, I will go out there and I will walk, because the consequences of me not getting enough movement, enough exercise, is I'll end up in more pain. I have to move around. I have to do something, right? It is funny because I was trying to explain to my nephew walking me one day coming up the hill. It's like, it's weird because I get paranoid that like my right leg is gonna develop more muscle tone than my left leg. I don't know if that's how it works. I'm like, they've got to be putting in the same amount of work, but I don't feel the burn in my left leg for some reason. Feel it in my right leg. I'm not gonna lie, it took a while to get through that mindset too. That pain mindset. It took a long time of just sitting there and just meditating and really focusing on, and this is where we get into the books and the knowledge thing, right? I watch all these things about how it's not real. It's not real. You know what I'm saying? Nerve pain. This is what I'm talking about here, right? The pain you're feeling, unless it's where the actual injury is. Sometimes my actual back hurts, right? If my actual back hurts, I know I've hurt my back. But when my leg hurts, then I know it's just a nerve pinching. It's just something pulling somewhere that's pinching a nerve. I'm not actually injured. And I have to sit there and convince my mind that it is not pain that you're feeling. The consequences of that is eventually, I guess, either the nerve stops firing or your brain gets tired of it or you finally convince it. But it does go, for me anyway, it went numb. The nerves that cause pain went numb. It's a funny thing how the brain works because I can sit there and I can do that and I can have done it several times. Every time I injure something new and get a new nerve pinched, the process has to start all over again. Why? Because the neural pathways weren't built for that nerve yet. That nerve wasn't a problem, so it wasn't a focus. So it's like I get the thing with the new pain. Yeah, someone's in new pain. All right, well, I'm definitely picking up on a masculine down here. I get that Rhett Butler player esque type of energy, right? Right? That's the energy that I get here. This is the kind of person who walks away. I get that, right? There's a reason. There's a person that they're a passionate person. It could be a male fire sign, but they tend to walk away a lot, right? It's a defensive mechanism. Something that they're doing to themselves. It's a self imprisonment. I think people are aware of that. I get he's definitely the type of energy that doesn't chase, right? They don't chase. Jack of Pentacles, this person, and then Jack of Swords. This person lures people in. That's their energy. And I get that, oh, that's messed up. Because I get the energy of, I don't know, because it's like what? I get the energy of this person gets off on walking away. Right? They like to lure people in. And then they kind of, it's like they figured out a game and they enjoy it, but at the same time it's this self-imprisoning thing that they've done to themselves. They lure people in and then they get off on not making it serious, right? Switching it up. Oh man, that's that fucking player energy. What? They play like they're gonna be serious. They play like they're gonna be in a serious relationship. They play that they like that stuff. They talk and they act like the normal fucking dude. And then as soon as anybody gets close, they flip the fucking script on you. They're like, no, no, I don't know if that's what I want. I don't know what I like. I don't know this, that, and the other thing. Oh, the friends with benefits is so less confusing. And, oh, blah, 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 right? I get this person, right, that they're hurting themselves at this point. They're hurting themselves at this point. I feel like they got themselves stuck now. I get that there's been some. I get that there because because this light was shown on the 3D, because whatever game they were playing, whatever trick they figured out is trending, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Those stupid how to get a girl videos and shit like that. Whatever it is, the game has been exposed. Everybody feels a little stupid now, as you should. As you should. You should never. Just that people would be a lot happier if they just were who they are, right? I love that comedian that talks about that. He's just like, he's talking about how great it is to be married. He's like, because he's like, you get to drop all the bullshit. He goes, when you're dating, you're like, I'm this kind of girl, and I'm this kind of boy. And he's like, and then once you're married, you're just like, can we drop the bullshit now? It's like, yeah. I think people should just drop the bullshit to begin with, right? Stop trying to change yourself. Stop having some stupid checklist running in your mind on things you're supposed to do and when you're supposed to fucking do it in order to fucking manipulate somebody. Because then you are the bad guy. You're the bad guy that I'm always reading to everybody about. You're the one that when I say someone playing a role is going to eventually forget their lines, that's you. And it might have been from the most well intentioned place in the world that you started whatever the fuck this was, right? But now that you're in it with the person, you faked it to get them, and now you gotta maintain faking it. What's the other movie I like? What's The Ugly Truth gets into that. The Ugly Truth gets into that. I guess someone's definitely being guided, right? They are in a hermit mode now. Something about getting ready to take a fool's leap. There's definitely a rite of passage getting ready to happen here. This person's got to get out of the victim mode. Whatever ego injury they're going through, that's what causes them to walk away, right? That's what causes them to walk away. Ego injury. It's usually what it is, right? Well, your feelings got hurt. That's all there is to it. Your feelings got hurt. There's no logical argument to get around how you hurt your own damn feelings, right? A lot of energy's on pain. This person's learning something about themselves, though, right now. They're learning something important. They're learning something important. And I get the energy, too, because I've read this before. And we talk about the different energies, right? And you get the cat people here with the tiger there. You'll recognize them. A few years ago, they would always use cat and lion and big cat references, right? Talking about the Lion King or whoever the fuck his name was, Tiger King dude, right? Then you got the alligators over here, right? That's that reptilian energy, right? And the leap of faith is following the transformation energy. It's about not falling into a crowd and not falling into these cult like energies, right? It's about taking a leap of faith and on your own, right? That's the rite of passage. Someone is being emboldened to carry a lot of burdens. At the same time, I feel like a lot of the burdens they carry is the heaviest burden they carry is this sword of truth. Four swords in the boat, and the six of swords here. Death reversed, moon upright. This person, there's a serious ego injury here. Yeah, no. I get this person is repelling people now. Whereas once the stoic game brought in attention, now it's not. It's the reverse. This person could be repelling people. There was an Ace of Cups opportunity in a situation that they didn't make any moves. The universe gave somebody an opportunity for something to operate from a heart-based center. This person didn't make a move on the 3D because they were trying to avoid conflict. They were acting immature. The universe was guiding them. They just refused to pay attention to it. Like they could see it, but they didn't make, there's no physical movement. Now this person reversed 10 of Cups, reversed 10 of Swords. I get a self-abandonment here, 10-10 too. And 1-1 with those aces, 11-11 for y'all. I just get the energy that that's the whole excuse. What? I don't want 10 of Cups. Why? Because I'll lose 10 of Cups. So, as to not look like a victim, they go ahead and self sabotage. They ruin the party. This person lied, probably about something that they're overindulging in, something that you might not know about. It could it could be anything, right? I always say that. Like these energies could be anything. It could be somebody plays video games too much or more than you know, or somebody has some sort of vice to a detrimental level. Somebody has this vice, whatever it is that they do. It could just be social media stalking, right? Because I get there's a lot of watching energy towards the Queen of Staves here. This Queen of Staves is someone dangerous around them. Someone who leaves them feeling defeated, makes them look bad. I get a serious karmic, right? This is someone who could feed on that twin flame narrative, right? That's how they seduce people. Someone met their match here. Someone met their match here. Somebody, I get a feminine that uses the twin flame energies and the twin flame narrative to spiritually seduce people into thinking that connections are more than what they are. Triumph of lies. Oh. Somebody from this person's past. Yeah, this Queen of Staves makes them feel like a King of Staves, but she's actually a reverse Queen of Cups. I can even get the succubus type of energy. Yep. This person causes discord to keep control. She's a materialistic bitch. Ugh. Man, I hate these skeevy energies. But they serve their role, though. They come to teach a lesson, right? They come to teach a lesson here for sure. I get right now there's no There's no union in this connection. There's no new beginning. The King of Cups, I got a King of Cups who does look fondly on the idea of marriage, right? They could even be dealing with ex-wives, right, or an ex-wife in this situation, right? There's no victory in it, right? They felt like they were immature in the past, and they're paying for it now. They don't see any new beginnings. 10 of coins. I feel like they probably broke. They're kind of slinking around in the background. They're working on building new foundations, right? I get that they could be really focused on money. This person's trying to decide whether or not they want to come forward with any information. Emperor is trying to play it smart. They want to make sure that they're balanced. They have a lot of anxiety. They got a lot of anxiety. Why? Because it's not going to work. Whatever they're doing, whatever they have done in the past, whatever tricks or whatever it is that they were trying to do before, whatever it was, it's not working anymore. It's not going to work anymore. What? The only thing that's going to resolve this situation is brutal honesty. Brutal honesty. Someone needs to admit how much pain they're in. Someone needs to admit to the situations that they've caused. It's funny, I get the episode, you ever see the 70s show with Kelso when he has to like confess to Jackie and he gets all in this truth thing and then they're joking around later and he's like, in that one time you asked me if I'll wash my hands, but I actually got done playing with like 10 puppies. And it's just like, there's a level of honesty here, but there's definitely some brutal truth that needs to be, spoken in whatever connection this is, right? Someone needs to come clean with a lot of, I get with the past energies. I get the hard part is admitting one's wrong. It's changing one's mindset after a long period of time. And that's more important. I get stuck on this. People get so stuck on this energy of the truth, this is my truth, this is my truth, this is the truth. I'm like, you know what you sound like to me when people say that? Whenever somebody says that to me, it makes me think of a flat earther. And they're like, well, it's my truth. I'm like, no, it's not. It's your fucking opinion. It's not a truth. A truth is proven with facts. And if I can prove with facts, based on human fucking history and science, that the earth is round, then it doesn't matter if you believe it's flat. The earth is round. It's a very dangerous thing, right? It's a very dangerous thing, my truth. No. We're losing something very important here, and it's the ability to debate and adapt, right? I enjoy debates. People are like, you like to argue, you like to fight. I'm like, no, I don't like to argue. I don't like to fight. I like to have a healthy debate. I like to be able to go back and forth on an idea. You present me facts, I can look up those facts and see what I can come up with counter to it. And we go back and forth for a while, having a debate and discussion on our sides. And at the end, you should have some mutual fucking ground that you can stand on. That's how conversation is meant to work. It's not just meant to be, oh, it's my truth, this, that, and the other thing. I'm going to throw this in on the end too. When I was in the hospital, because there's a lot with this transgender debate going on, and I probably shouldn't throw it in here, but when I was in the hospital, the sleep clinic, right, it was a place for a lot of people that were having different types of issues, right? There's a lot of suicidal people in there. So we had 2 transgenders come through in the week that I was there, right? The first one's name was Tristan. And everybody was very nice to Tristan. Everybody, nobody disrespected Tristan. None of that stuff happened. Everybody was very cordial. Everybody was, showed the same exact politeness as they did to everybody else. Tristan left. When Tristan left, Janet came in. And when Janet came in, it made a bunch of the guys really hostile for no reason. And there was a lot of, I don't have to acknowledge somebody else's delusions. And I pointed out, I was like, and I was the one that looked at them and I was like, I didn't hear none of y'all do this to Tristan. Like, what is the difference between Tristan and Janet? Except for the fact that you're thinking about what's in between their legs right now. I was like, you were perfectly fine with Tristan living their life the way they were, but something's wrong with Janet trying to do the same exact thing. I can tell you after I had that conversation with those gentlemen there that they immediately changed their attitudes towards Janet, who was a lovely person. When she sat outside and meditated with me and all that good jazz. She was great at playing cornhole. She was an amazing chess player. Everybody who could play chess played chess with them. And yeah, it's amazing how much overthinking you create an argument that's not even needed to be there, right? But there's also that thing that if there is a disagreement, if there is an argument, there should be space for an actual debate. Nobody should ever be so set in some truth that when presented with facts, you cannot evolve your ideas. There's a difference between being coachable and accepting constructive criticism and people who use that shit to abuse you, to get you to try to brainwash you, and somebody who's going, no, well, technically, if you look at this, and snipers use the curvature of the earth, and, parents circumnavigated the earth with the Navy, and this is how you calculate maps, and all prove that, that's what I'm talking about. You need to be able to have discussions, y'all. Need to be able to have discussions. All right, I'm done rambling. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. If you hung out this long, please hit that like button. I love you. I'll be back as soon as I can, I promise.